back to my channel. So today I will be doing a breastfeeding question and answer. So let's just jump right into it. So the first question is, do you feel comfortable doing it in public? I breastfeed Wolf for the first 6 weeks, so I didn't really do it for long enough to be in public. Most of the time I was just at home still recovering, getting used to having a new baby. So I wasn't really out breastfeeding. I would say that at first it is a bit daunting. Like, I guess, you know, you're out feeding your baby, it's natural, but once you get used to it, it's fine. Like, you can just do it in front of anyone. So the next question is, how do you hold your baby while you're breastfeeding? I held Wolf in a football position, so that's under your arm and they come around this way. That was in the beginning. I just could not get it right. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it, having him laying this way, that way, laying down, anyway. It took a while for me to get used to it, and people think that breastfeeding is so easy, they just do it easy like that, boom. No, it's, I guess some babies, they just have latch straight away, and that's awesome, that's great, but not for Wolf. He took a while to get used to it, so I was always either laying down on my side and he was laying beside me, or yeah, I was sitting up in the foot position and I would have a pillow and he would lay on top of it, and I'd have to feed him like that until I got used to it, and then I could just feed him normally. What are your thoughts on how long to breastfeed your child? As I said, I only fed for 6 weeks, so it really depends on you and your body and what you're comfortable with. So I know some people feed all the way until their baby's 2. And I even did have my midwife tell me that feeding them until they're 2 is best. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you're comfortable to do that until they're 2, do it. If you only want to do it until they're 6 months, do it. How did you go about stopping breastfeeding? So breastfeeding was so easy for me to stop. The more you breastfeed or express, the more milk that you'll make for your baby. So basically I just did the opposite. I just stopped feeding him. I expressed and gave him the last of that, and then I just stopped feeding him, and then my milk just slowly stopped. So for a while I did just wear nursing pads because I was leaking it quite a bit. But yeah, it just stopped by itself. Did you ever worry about not having enough milk? I was always so scared of Wolf not getting enough food. I loved the fact that I could express, put it in a bottle and see how much he was having, and it was still breast milk. You just have to trust your instinct. If they're hungry, they're going to cry. They will tell you that they're hungry, and then you can just feed them more. But I always liked knowing he was getting the right amount of milk. How should I prepare my body for producing milk? The only advice I can give you really is drink a lot of water. So I wasn't really a water drinker before I had Wolf, so a lot of the time I found it hard to keep sipping on water, but that is the best thing you can do. Just all through your pregnancy, just drink lots and lots of water. You should be anyway. Drinking water. So then by the time you're used to it, you have your baby, you're used to keeping hydrated. Even when you're breastfeeding, if it's in the middle of the night or in the day, whatever, I always used to have a bottle of water beside my bed or some snacks. There's nothing better than waking up to snacks. So I would just continuously sip on the water. It just makes it a lot easier, and you stay hydrated and you don't feel so drained as well. How can I ensure my baby is latching properly? You will know if they're latching properly because it hurts. Like, if they're not doing it right, it is going to hurt. So your body would tell you, this isn't right, you need to change how you're feeding them or what position they're in. For the first week or two, yeah, it was so painful for me. I couldn't bear it, and I don't know how I kept going. I don't know how I didn't give up. I remember when I came home, I used the midwife in my area, so they really helped with latching and everything, so I could just give them a call and make an appointment at their office, or they could come to my house as well. And they really helped Wolf learn how to latch properly, anything like that. But it could also be tongue ties or lip ties as well, which he didn't have any of them. Yeah, and then eventually he got used to latching properly and it was good. But most of the time I did express. I just preferred to express. When does your milk come in? So I'm pretty sure it's the 2nd or the 3rd day. Mine came in on the 3rd day and it was so painful. And then when it happened, oh my gosh, I went from probably a B cup to a double D. It was ridiculous. I just remember looking in the mirror and thinking, oh my god, it looks like I've got a boob job. It's a little bit painful and you leak a lot, so that's probably about the 3rd day I got mine, and you're really emotional as well, so I did cry a lot when my milk came in as well. How long can I store the milk for? You can express and freeze it for 6 months, and then if you're expressing and you leave it out, if you forget to put it in the fridge, it can be out for 6 to 8 hours. Even if you put it in the fridge, it can be in the fridge for 6 to 8 days. Does breastfeeding help you lose baby weight? I think that it does help you lose the first initial bit of weight. I know a lot of my friends that are still breastfeeding, even now, they're just continuing to lose weight, whereas for me, it's been a lot harder because I only breastfed for 6 weeks, and I did lose a lot of weight in that time. I'm pretty sure I lost about 15 kilos in those first 6 weeks. But yeah, I think that it definitely helps you lose weight. Do you time your feedings or feed on demand? In the beginning, I would time my feedings for every 2 to 3 hours, and even if Wolf was asleep, I would wake him up every 2 to 3 hours just to make sure he was feeding properly, anything like that. But then towards the end of my breastfeeding time, I would feed him on demand, just because he did, from about 2 weeks, he slept through the night every night, so I didn't really want to wake him up. Yeah, I'd always have heaps of milk ready for him, so I could just feed him on demand. If he slept through the night, I could just feed him straight away as soon as he woke up in the morning, and then I would just express. What are your must-haves, favourite items for breastfeeding? Tops, even I bought a lot of those singlets from Kmart, the maternity ones. They just unclip and you can just feed them like that. They've got a built-in bra, so you can even wear it under a t-shirt. Nursing cover, so I didn't use one of these because I didn't really go out in public that much. But I see a lot of ladies using the nursing covers. It's just like a sling that goes across you and then baby sits underneath. So that's really probably a must-have as well. Always take your water with you, even if you chuck in a lemon or anything, just to give it a bit of taste with you. Snacks as well, just to keep you energized. Nursing pads, so just chuck your nursing pads. In your maternity bra, and that'll stop you from leaking. Yeah, so I used the Lance & Ho nipple cream, and it was awesome because the baby can still breastfeed while you've got it on as well, so you can put it on before and after you're feeding, and it just helps with sore nipples, cracked nipples, anything like that, and it just helps them heal a lot faster too, so it's not painful when you're feeding. And that was the worst thing, the pain that you went through while you were breastfeeding. It was horrible in the beginning. Once you get used to it, it's awesome. So that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!